Hey everybody, this is Tiffany, Dragonflyer Studios. I had a bit of a request from a post that I made, and so I decided to do a little how-to video. I do my best in all my junk journals to upcycle things. I'll just show you. I hang on to pretty much everything that would be trash. These are the outside spindles to a roll of ribbon. These are the packages of things that come from... Oh goodness, this one I think came from Temu, or maybe, I don't order off a Wish, there's another one. Anyway, I keep all of this stuff, and this is just a small sampling. I have a bigger bin over on my main bookshelf, so that I can reuse and recycle, look like this. Whoop, and I just spilled water everywhere. Good job, Tiffany. This is an old dog food container that I put water in for painting, and, try not to, throw water all over your workstation. Never a dull moment. And even that paper towel. I will save that paper towel and paint on it and use it for, well, I don't even know what. So now this one's a little wet, but that's okay. We're gonna carry on. So let me show you the inspiration behind these things. I posted these pictures earlier, and basically I take these guys right here, and I know some tea packets come already decorated and they're very beautiful. However, I do not have those tea packets, so I took those guys and I turned them in, and I'll show you. I turned them into these guys. This is the back side, and this is the front side. And so when you open them up, this one has, paper down inside of it. It's got a little letter pull. I will eventually attach these inside a junk journal. And so there's that little guy. And then there's this little guy. They all have text inside of it. Just an old book page that I decided to put to some good use, and some stickers. Nothing major. They are a little more rigid. These guys are a little bit flimsy, but once you start adding glue and paper to things, they become a little more rigid. They are designed to be glued to a page. Now, if you want them free-forming, maybe I'll take a hole punch and punch a hole here so it'll turn into a dangle. You can go ahead and cover this backside too, and then no one has to know it was a tea bag. Or you could put a stamp or something, decorate this, paint it up or whatever, and then that way everybody would know that it was actually once a tea bag in and of itself. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to create 2 of these, and I just start by kind of mushing them out. I crease the edges a little more. I decide whether I'm going to leave the tea bag flap as it is, which I did for these 2, and then this one I actually went and trimmed down. As you can tell, I went in and angled it just for, a little bit different flair, a little bit different design. So, but yeah, I just crimp the creases nice and well. Make sure, because it did have a tea bag inside, so they're not flat. Like, they're meant to have a tea bag stuffed in them. And then I picked myself out a couple little papers that I had hanging out and about. I really like this one. It reminds me of an old or Asian rug, or one of those kinds of things. And then this just has a random print on it. It's nothing special, nothing major, but we're going to turn it into something special. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this little guy here, and I just measure off enough space so that I can bring that edge over and wrap it around. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. My weekend is coming to a close. It's back to work for me tomorrow, but, such is life. I'm so glad to be back in the studio. It's been too long since I've been able to create. And so set that aside. And so now, since this is going to be the side that I'm covering, technically this side and this side, I extend the whole thing, and I just measure off enough so that, okay, and I have to do everything backwards because I'm right-handed. I say backwards. It's not backwards for me. I guess it's not backwards for you either. I just measure off enough so that I know I'll have that lip for the wraparound part of it. Okay, so there we have that. Okay. So then I take this guy and I fold them backwards. I flip my paper over. If your print matters or whatever, you want to make sure that you've got it, you know, quote unquote right side up. And I'm just eyeballing all of this. There's really no, I guess, technical way to do this, but this is how I did it. So somebody asked me, you know, can you show me how you did that? And I said, sure, let me make a video. So this is exactly how I made the other ones in question. So now you got 2 pieces of paper that look somewhat like that. Grab my glue stick. Ta-ta-ta-ta. I use Scotch Create glue stick, multi-purpose, photo safe, permanent. This is the one glue stick that I use and use it regularly, because when they say permanent, I believe it to be true. I have yet for anything to come undone, you know, that's been sitting for a while or whatnot. So I just bring the paper up right to the edge of the original tea bag, and then finger smushing tool, smush it down, smush, 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 smush. And then I fold that over, and I got glue on my mat because I didn't put my scrap paper down. Let me tell you, I've said this before on other videos and my YouTube channel and whatnot, and I have ruined several of these mats with glue residue. So I have learned to use a cover. And it looks very much like this, you know, very high tech around here, very high tech. Okay, so now we have that, and then we're going to cover this little flappy. So here's a design choice. You can choose to, and I did not on any of these, you can choose to leave enough of this hanging over so that you can wrap the edge. I'm not going to, because I use decorative scissors to trim off that edge. So I'm just going to bring that up right to the edge of that. I'm going to put glue on here. And then this goes on here like, and I'm just using the edges of the backside to kind of line it up. Like if there was a distinct pattern on here that I wanted to line up, like this one had, you can't tell now because I covered it up with this, but this one had this line running down it. I lined the lines up because I wasn't sure if I was going to put a sticker over it or not at that point. And sometimes you want your lines to line up. Sometimes it matters. If it doesn't matter to you, then hey, go with the flow. It's paper, right? It's just paper. Okay, so now that I have that going on, I'm going to fold this over. I take glue and I run it along this back side here. And this just reinforces the hinge of the top of the tea bag, because ideally you're going to be opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing that flap. And paper, especially this tiny, thin, cheap tea bag paper that was meant to be opened once and thrown away, is just not going to withstand all the opening and closing that you're going to possibly put it through. So then I go in and I angle the corners here to do what I call a picture frame fold. And then I do the same thing across here and across here, so that you end up with something that looks like that from the front. So then I'm going to open it up, and I'm just going to put glue along the little flappies here. And I'm going to fold this over. And I'm going to fold this over. You may be able to hear my teenager's TV in the bedroom next to me. Hope it's not too distracting. And then I'm going to just do the same thing with the flaps on the bottom part. And then that's what the back side looks like. And then you have this neat little flap that folds over, and you've got yourself a little pocket. You want to make sure that the glue hasn't accidentally glued the two together. Okay, and then I have my 1/2-inch hole punch, paper punch, what have you. And I just work it down into here, and I'm kind of watching where the punch comes out, and that gives you that little finger pull for the top half of it. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab, and you can choose to put a liner in here. You could leave it blank, you could paint it, you could, I mean, you know, go nuts. It's all about you and what you want to do. But I like to put these little pieces of text, so I'm just gonna come up here, and on my regular cutting mat, I'm going to use this right here as my edge. And I'm just going to come in with my ruler. My blade definitely needs sharpened. It should not have ripped through the paper like that. Yep, my blade is just so dull. Gotta change it. I just gotta find out what I did with my other blades. So there's that. So now we can come in with our scissors, since my blade does not want to do what it's supposed to do. And I'm just gonna trim this down so that I have text all the way across. Let's see about maybe switching out X-Acto knives. Okay, that one has been getting a lot of use. So what we're gonna do is come back. I'm gonna trim this up. Not much, just a little. Let's see if this one does any better. Hey, looky there. It's amazing what a sharp blade will get you, huh? Okay, so my mat's all sticky from the glue that's on it. Okay, so then you just come back here and you just kind of measure. I'm just gonna use the word, so I'm gonna go right below the word there. And I'm just going to trim that off. And then I do this because I figured out it makes it easier for getting it down inside there without the square corners poking out. So that you have something that looks like that. Okay. So then you're just going to come in here on the piece of glue paper. And you just tuck this inside. Press it down, and then I crease it as I'm sticking it so that I make sure and I don't, because what you'll find is there's a little teepee in the back here. Can you see that? It forms its own little spine where the tea bag folds, because you've got the tea bag layer, and then this layer here that makes the paper a little bit thicker. And then I've just got, this is the decorative edge that I've been using on these. It's tiny and finite, so I just come in here and just trim across. Okay, and then I will pull out my, if any of you guys have watched my YouTube videos, you will know I am a huge fan of coffee, let alone the fact that they make a ground espresso distress oxide. So this has just been inked from previous stuff that I've worked on. I'm just going to come back in and antique these edges. Sorry, distress these edges, whatever you want to call it. Oh, it don't matter, right? I like the look that this gives these. And I'm just going to hit all of the raw edges. And what that does is that'll really bring out that scalloped edge that you cut, if you choose to cut it. If not, you can cut it, round it off, doesn't matter. If you bend this back a little bit, you can kind of hit that finger pull so that, you know, if you've ever seen old envelopes or whatnot where finger oils and stuff over the years or whatever, it will age paper that way. Okay, and so then I picked out some stickers, shockingly enough, teapots for tea bags. And then I kind of liked these ones. They remind me a little, oh, Edgar Allan Poe. If you guys are looking for stickers, I highly recommend, I'm not sponsored or anything, but I highly recommend stickyclub.com. You can pick between 3 different styles. I belonged to them for over a year, and let me tell you, look, just in a year's time, it's $11. It was $11 a month. I got packages of stickers. This is a whole year's worth. Packages of stickers. They send you a little notepad and a little rubber stamp. Sometimes it's bat-shaped paper clips for Halloween. It's really cool. You should check it out. It's Sticky Club. Hold on, let me tell you right. Sticky Club, spelled STICKII club.com. It's really great. So anyway, I just thought, maybe, oh, I really like that teapot. I just thought maybe a little teapot on a reconstructed tea bag was, well, appropriate. How about that? There we go. And then maybe I'll find a little saying or something, pass the tea or let's spill the tea or something like that and put across the top. But otherwise, there you have it. That's how you turn a little reused tea bag into something for your junk journal. You can put stamps inside there or stickers or, I don't know, mementos or keepsakes or whatever have you. There you go. This has been Tiffany from Dragonflyer Studios. Thank you all so much for watching. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, ask a question, whatever it is. I'm happy to hear from y'all. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Bye.